Hey there folks, I'm Mike Melton. I'm coming to you from J-Tech. Today we're going to go over the Cooltech AC recovery system, and this does a few different functions. This does the recovery, the vacuum, and charge. This does a deep vacuum, so you can actually pull the refrigerant oil out of the system with this. You can vacuum the system down to get all the moisture out. You can fill the Freon with it. You can actually, it's a recovery machine, so it actually will pull all the fluids out of the system, and in most cases they're able to be reused as long as you're not contaminated by air or water or other contaminants. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn our system on, and I'm going to run through all of the different functions, and we're doing this as a training video, so it's all going to be kind of abridged for time constraints. The first thing we're going to do is a recovery, low recovery pressure check connections. So it, right off the rip, system kind of tells you what you need to do. What it's saying is we need to connect our quick release service lines to the air conditioning system. We have the high side and low side. Notice these Schrader valves on these. When you're out there in the field and you're actually doing this for a service call or a service in the shop, you will actually engage the Schrader valves. However, this is a training video. We don't want to actually remove any of the Freon out of this vehicle of this working system. So I'm going to connect. Oh, one more thing while we have this here. Notice too, the high side is significantly larger than the low side, so that there cannot be any mistakes. It's pretty cut and dry. You don't have a choice. This goes on one, this goes on the other. You cannot invert them. First we I connected the high side, and then I'm going to go down here to the low side. It's a little bit difficult to get to, but it still is accessible. Straddle the accumulator. You just gotta get the right angle. It pops on there, and in the field, this is the time you would tighten down your Schrader valves. However, we're not going to do that right now because, like I said, I don't want to lose the freon. So. Alright, so I started it. I wanted to make sure it is set to 0 pounds, 0 ounces. We're going to go up. And that's how you do a recovery. This is the abridged version.
There we go.
So now we drained the oil. We did the recovery of it, and down here, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's actually marked on the sides here how much oil you've taken out. This is important to notate because however much oil you take out of the system, you have to put back in. Same with the Freon. So once you've done the recovery, go to a vacuum. We're doing this for a very brief second as it's, I mean, we just don't need it. We're just trying to teach you. I'm going to go with 10 seconds. And then now I'm going to go over the charge function. So what we would have just done had we had the Schrader valves engaged, we would have just recovered all the oil and refrigerant, done a deep vacuum, and now we're done with whatever job we were doing. So now we have to put all that back in there. So we're going to go to charge. As this is training, we're going to put this down very low. I'm just going to go to 1 ounce. It's not actually going to go in because the Schrader valves are closed. And while you're doing this, it's very important. Through all of these steps, nobody can touch this, put any weight on it, because there's a scale inside of this that accounts for everything that's going on. So if you have somebody that was to be leaning on this, resting, it's going to throw the calibrations off, and you can end up putting not enough in your system or too much in your system, damaging things. So our charge is complete. Do I want to equalize hose? Yes. What this is going to do is it's going to pull all of it out of the hoses, because when it's calculating it, it actually goes over the calculation to accommodate for what's in the hoses. So now it's gotten what's back in there, we got to recover what's in the hoses, because we can still use that for a different application later. So I'm going to remove the high side hose. At this time, if you were in an actual application in the field, you would at this time close your Schrader valve, remove your quick release service line, neatly wrap it. Doesn't have to be that tight. And whenever you wrap it, put it where it goes, as it keeps any contaminants from getting into the coupling. Now you see it's pulling it out. I'm going to go ahead and remove the low side, put it back where it goes. I'm going to do the same thing. There's a quick release coupling male in here, so that you can do the same thing with it. Put it onto the coupling, remove any contaminants. You have your Schrader valves closed. Once this completes, we're going to close our valves for the hoses. Takes a few minutes to complete. While I'm talking about this, while we're waiting, I'll go ahead and talk about this. If this is a machine at your shop, you want to keep up to date on all the maintenance. It's in the maintenance sheet that comes in your direction manual. The oil and stuff like that, the stuff has to be changed out periodically, like the compressor oil and the vacuum pump has to be changed out every so many hours. There's an air dryer in here. So you need to keep up on your maintenance, because if you don't keep up on your maintenance, you're going to contaminate systems that you're using. So at this time we're done with the equalizing the hose. I'm going to close my valves. And now we're back to the beginning, and I can turn my machine off at this time. Again, folks, I'm Michael Milton, coming to you from J-Tech. Y'all have a wonderful day.